Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video. We are playing Standard today, and since one of my latest videos where I played Is It Convoke, I'm now playing Mono Red Convoke Burn. So the whole thing about this deck, just as with the Is It deck, is trying to ramp into City on Fire, and then I want to work my way towards burning my opponent out. And here are a few things how I will do that, so let's go over some of the cards. I do play 2 End the Festivities simply because it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. This can be a nice burnout, especially when you have City on Fire on the field, but even though if you don't have it on the field, it can still clear out some of the opponent's creatures, which is really nice. What the deck really needs is card advantage, so we are also playing Experimental Synthesizer, 4 copies of that, which exiles the top card of your library and you may play it until end of a turn. You can also pay free, sacrifice it to create a token. One of the key cards is Gleeful Demolition. I really think this card is just super dope. From Phyrexia, all will be 1, so we can destroy target artifact. And if you control that artifact, we create 3 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens, so they can convoke for all of the red spells that we have in this deck. And then we just want to top all things off with way more burn spells, for example, like with Play with Fire, nice 1 mana instant speed interaction. I also play Sawblade Scamp because there are these situations where you simply cannot attack anymore, but then you can still have the Scamp on the field, which can accumulate oil counters and burn your opponent out by simply tapping, or in other ways it can also convoke for certain spells. Voldaren Epicure is a card that I talked about in my Is It Convoke video, where I think it's actually really good because it ETBs, it deals 1 damage to each opponent, it creates a blood token. The blood token can be destroyed with Gleeful Demolition, so this card really is there to help us ramp, but it can also deal 3 damage if City on Fire is out. Lightning Strike is a great burn spell, and then we still have access to Thermal Alchemist, so I'm also playing this card because there are a lot of instant speed interaction spells in this deck, and the Thermal Alchemist can help either by tapping, untapping, or also paying for one of those spells, and then we are still good to go. I also play Rand's Resolve, 4 copies, simply because we need card advantage due to the fact that Mono Red tends to have exiling cards instead of drawing cards. I like to play Rand's Resolve. Last but not least, Stoke the Flames, 4 copies for our final burn out, and that's actually it. So let's play Let the City Burn. Okay, we got 1 land, but we got everything else we need, so I will definitely keep this one. I won't be playing Synthesizer turn 1, simply because I will lose the exiled card, so I might take it a little bit slower here. But if Synthesizer hits land drop, it would be really sad. Okay, we found another mountain. I would still go Synthesizer. Epicure. That's also really good. Okay, Shaw's. Another Synthesizer. Pretty sure my opponent has a counterspell up. So what I can do is go attack, Synthesizer, see what we exile, and in the worst case still Demolition. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Let's see, we exile Lethal Demolition. Could have been worse. And I think I want to destroy one of my synthesizers here. And hope to find another land. Come on. Stoke the Flames, too bad. We lost a really powerful burn spell there. Okay, we found another mountain. Let's see if our opponent lets us Gleeful Demolition the other synthesizer. Okay. So good so far. Because now we got a window to play City on Fire here. Or do we exile? Oh, this is perfect. As in this way I can play City on Fire, keep 1 mana up. Now I could end the festivities deal free to my opponent, or I wait another turn, see what they do. Let's wait, and maybe we can also use the blood token. Yeah, I think Tophia's definitely invoked Despair. That will be a problem. Okay, upon play with fire, the Epic here. And a Corpse Appraiser. Perfect target for anti-festivities. Yeah, and I think that should be lethal. Okay, let's get rid of 1 City on Fire here. Play with fire, mountain perfect. Then we end the festivities. Deal free. And let's burn as much as possible. GG. Really cool. Okay. We are sadly on the draw, but maybe our scam can at least connect once. We got a Rens resolve. Okay, that seems pretty good. But our opponent is playing mono blue. Or might be playing mono blue. Okay. Demir. Got a Pilfer. Yeah, they will probably take Rens resolve here. To deny me. Okay, they took the lightning strike. Interesting. Okay, Synthesizer and Alchemist. Can play both next turn. The Celestus. Let's go Synthesizer first, see what we have on top. Gleeful Demolition. I could make a bunch of tokens here. But then I'd lose out on the Thermal Alchemist. Though Thermal Alchemist doesn't really do that much at the moment, simply because we don't have many instant and sorceries. So let's Gleeful Demolition our Synthesizer here. We exile a mountain, which we sadly cannot play anymore. Then we attack for 1, scam. Yeah, too bad. But it happens. Another Pilfer, so we burn face for 4. Our opponent had the negate, but we just drew Rens Resolve to refill. Really good. Lethal Demolition. At least we can destroy their Celestus. Okay. We are drawing a lot of lands. Now I want to sit back with my Scamp, as I do have the feeling that my opponent has any instant speed interaction. Deluge maybe, Fairy Mastermind for example. Could have also been a nice ambush here. Ooh, okay. Exile target card other than the basic land card from an opponent's graveyard, such as player's graveyard hand. Okay, let's see. They might take Stoke the Flames here or Lightning Strike. Yep, lightning strike. Okay, Fairy Mastermind attacked. Interesting. Another scam. Currently I don't have any instant or sorcery, so it doesn't really make sense to sit back with this one scamp. Alright, now our opponent can burn away one of our scamps. Okay. If I block Kotosi here, they want to burn my scamp anyway, so I can block like this. Now I gave them the scamp for free. But otherwise they would have used the lightning strike on it anyways. But now they can use the lightning strike onto one of my tokens. Airtie, okay. Let's see what they destroy. Nothing. Farmer Alchemist not the best draw here. Okay, now what we need is Stoke the Flames. But in the meantime we take... Okay, Kotosi stays back. It's another mountain, that doesn't help. Gotta sit back. Take it. Go down to 2. Okay. Try to place City on fire. There's Dissipate. Yep, GG. Alright, we got 2 mountains, Epicure, Rends Resolve, Stoke the Flames. I really like this hand. Let's start off with the Scamp, because Haste Creature is always 1 free damage on turn 1 in my opinion. Okay. Let's see, I'd say we go double Epicure here. Next turn we can Rends Resolve. To see if we hit a land with it. Alright, another tapped land, perfect. Let's start off with Rends Resolve. Shouldn't have played the mountain here. Yeah, that was a misplay. But we got it for next turn still. Okay, opponent got nothing, so we play with fire. Oh, Stoke the Flames. I think we are in a really good spot to keep that one. Because we already got our opponent down to 11. We Rends Resolve first. Our opponent does have instant speed interaction, which simply means that I won't attack with the Scamp here. I will just attack with the Epicure, because when it's tapped off the attack, I cannot use the ability again. Then we go for Thermal Alchemist. Yep, just as I thought, and now I can in response still deal 1 damage. And if our opponent doesn't drop Shielded right now, we should be able to stabilize here. Okay. Start off with attacking for 2. And then I will just leave it like this, see what my opponent does, and depending on how they react now. Okay. Tainted Indulgence. Now might be a good window to simply finish him off. I could also wait until their turn. They might cast Invoke Despair, and with Invoke Despair on the stack we can kill them. Alright, seems like a Graveyard Reanimator strat. Okay, and now we got him. GG. Alright, we got lands, Epicure, Synthesizer, Gleeful Demolition. Now all we need is City on Fire. There we go. Okay, opponent seems on mono white. Okay, enchantments. Enchantments will probably be a problem. Because I have to sit back here. Lightning Strike, depending on what they play now. They might play Restoration of Iganjo. Invasion of Gobakan. People finally realized that this is a pretty good card. Yeah, we let it happen. Took these Stoke the Flames, interesting. Interesting that they don't go after the invasion. But okay, let's see. We play our first Synthesizer in the high hopes of hitting a land. Wren's Resolve. I'd like to have more cards in hand. Okay. Ossification takes care of our Epicure. Opponent still stuck on lands. This is probably the only advantage why we are still in this game. I don't want to Gleeful Demolition my Synthesizer here, simply because I just played my land from exile. So I will just take care of one of the tokens. That gave us a lot of resources to work with. Then I will sit back, wait, see what my opponent does. Might crack the blood token here. Though I still don't know what to ditch yet. Alright, there's the next ossification. Let's see, opponent goes after... I'd personally go after one of the tokens. Yep. Okay. Let's bring it out and see if it stays. Okay, green, that's already bad. 3 mana might be borrowed time. Okay, a Naturalist. Followed up by... Specification. Going after a token. Okay, we were lucky that our opponent didn't draw any lands. If they would have curved out, we probably would have lost here. But now we can burn face for 9. Then we can deal the final 12 by convoking GG. Alright everybody, this was my Mono Red Let the City Burn deck. I think this deck, it is fun, and if it works out, it is just super fast and you have a lot of fun with it, because also cards like the current, I think one of the only board wipes that currently really played in Standard is Sunfall. And by the time your opponents can cast Sunfall, if you really curve out nicely, you have everything you need before turn 5. But the thing is, yeah, if this deck just gets interacted with just a little bit, for example, you ramp out nicely, you play your city on fire and your opponent counters it with Make Disappear, yeah, you're already sitting there, you lost your win con, and then, yeah, it might be tough to recover. So I don't think it's the most competitive deck. I personally think it is a lot of fun, and there might be still a few adjustments to it that I can do. But overall, yeah, I think this deck is super fun. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and then I would say see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.